Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We may now be seated. Good morning. This is the 2023 Handa Pilipinas Visayas Leg opening ceremonies. To begin our program, may we invite Tacloban City Mayor Alfred Romualdez to deliver his welcome remarks.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr., the Speaker of the House of Representatives and Congressman of the 1st District of Leyte, Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, our beloved Secretary of the DOST, Secretary Solidon, Sir, Secretary of the Department of Interior and Local Government, Secretary Benher Abalos, Sir, and Secretary, Special Assistant to the President, also Secretary Anton Lagdameo. To the Governor of Leyte, Governor Carlos Jericho Pitilla, and governors of Region 8, congressmen and women of Region 8, and all government officials and officers coming from the private sector as well, and guests and visitors, maupay nga aga ha ato natanan. I could see that, it's very fascinating looking at all these displays here in this room. I wish we had this 10 years ago. But, this is a big help for all of us, and it's a really awakening. And tutuwa ang lahat at nilalagay natin talagang pag-asa natin sa Department of Science and Technology, sir. So, I'd like to, on behalf of the people of Tacloban City, welcome you all. And this is a very great day today. Damang salamat.
Thank you, Mayor Romualdez. At this juncture, may we call on Secretary Renato Solidon Jr. of the Department of Science and Technology for his opening message.
The difference between victims of disasters and victors over disasters is how they handle adversities. The first one suffers from the same repeated story. The latter moves forward and builds resilience. To His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., distinguished guests, partners for resilience, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Investing and prioritizing resilience is a legacy opportunity. As we build Philippines' resilience, we are making Filipino communities more prosperous and secure than before. In the Department of Science and Technology, we believe that disaster risk reduction and wealth protection yield economic development. We are putting premium on science, technology, and innovation solutions that are practical, useful, and most importantly, used by the Filipinos. As we commemorate the 10th year anniversary of Super Typhoon Yolanda today, we are reminded of its lessons and experiences. First, science is the most crucial input to our resilience strategy. Second, science works with the right information, right communication strategy, right action at the right time. Third, we, the whole of nation and society, we all make the science work. through our collaboration and cooperation. And we remember Super Typhoon Yolanda today by recognizing our important role to the resilience agenda. This is why collaboration is the heart and soul of Handa Pilipinas. This exhibit aims to increase public awareness on preventable and solvable problems that we are facing today. It aims to introduce innovations and Filipino-made technologies that are ready to be maximized by its fullest potentials for disaster prevention and mitigation, preparedness, response, and rehabilitation and recovery. I encourage everyone to visit the Visayas Leg of Handa Pilipinas exhibit, which features around 60 technologies. From the Filipino word handa, I view it into two perspectives. Handa as an end state, expressing our aspirations to become a community and a country that is ready and prepared against hazards and risks. And handa as a call to action. Maghanda, to empower citizens, all stakeholders in taking an active role to achieve our end state of resilience, of being prepared, of being handa. Now, driven by our people-centric innovations, Handa Pilipinas sa Bagong Pilipinas. Although Filipinos are often branded as victims of disasters, with science, technology, and innovation, with our multi-stakeholder collaboration and the Filipino bayanihan spirit, we can be victors over disasters and not victims. Let us use science, technology, and innovation to build the Filipino narrative of victors over disasters, our Filipino brand of resilience. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Secretary Solidong. At this point, may we call on Secretary Benjamin Abalos, Jr. of the Department of the Interior and Local Government for his message.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos, of course, our Speaker of the House, Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, Mayor Alfred Romualdez, Secretary Solidum, Sapanton Lagdameo, and of course, Governor Petilla, and all of the governors, congressmen, my fellow colleague in government, the DOST family, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po. 3 months ago, I've seen this kind of showcase of the DOST. And I told Secretary Solidum, we should really bring this to the LGUs. That is why right then and there, I called up the DILG to encourage every mayor, every governor to look at the exhibit. And true enough, that hall in Pasay was filled up. As you go around, you could see a lot of things that you could use in your own places. Specifically those geographically isolated areas. They've got machines there for water, even new technology for health, etc. That is why we, in the Department of the Interior and Local Government, stand together with the DOST in our commitment in enhancing the capacities of our LGUs in disaster risk management. As the Vice Chairman for the Disaster Preparedness, the DILG has initiated several initiatives. As you know very well, the Operation Listo aimed towards strengthening the preparedness of the LGUs. During the occurrence of hazard, the DILG likewise activates the emergency operation centers from the national down to the local level that serves as focal operations for hubs for preparedness, coordination, and monitoring. However, let's face it, not all LGUs are the same. Some are really far away and quite isolated. That is why I've asked the help of no less than our Secretary of the DOST. While the DILG's DRM efforts have been relentless, there is still more to be accomplished, not only in the Visayas, but in the whole country, as we have several challenges right now. November 8 stands as a solemn milestone marking the 30-year commemoration since the catastrophe by Super Typhoon Yolanda. We remember with deep respect as we pause to honor and pay tribute to the lives and legacy of those who tragically lost on this holiday. And I really felt honored sitting beside Mayor Alfred, because as what the President said, he was the poster boy of Yolanda. I was always there looking at him during those times. And I would like to congratulate people from Tacloban, from Leyte, for your resilience. You are indeed the epitome of resiliency. No? My congratulations. And so, my dear friends, I stand here as the Secretary of the Interior that we are going to give our all-out support to the Department of the Science and Technology, and we encourage all LGUs down to the ground to also do so. Mabuhay po kayo lahat.
Thank you, Secretary Abalos. And now, may we invite Leyte Governor Jericho Pitilla for his message.
Magandang umaga sa lahat. His Excellency Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, President of the Philippines, and all the VIPs na nasa harap dito, you've been mentioned already. Okay, so first of all, somebody interviewed me this morning. Sabi nila, how are you after 10 years? We're okay. You hardly see any signs of disaster. So if you were to redo again everything, how could you prepare better if there was another Yolanda typhoon? Sabi ko, see, the problem is, you can never prepare enough. Okay? When I was the Secretary of Energy before, we were thinking about yung mga poste na nasira. Sabi nila, sir, gawin natin 350 kilometers per hour resilient ang mga poste. Bakit 325 kilometers ang bagyo? Sabi naman ng isa, sir, gawin na natin 400. Baka maging 350. Sabi ng isa, sir, baka maging 450, 500 na natin. Pag umabot tayo sa 600, pader na yan. Hindi na poste yan. So we can never prepare enough because we don't know the kind of disasters that will be hit. However, we have to be prepared at the maximum. Not enough, but at the maximum. Sabi ko nga, as a former educator, because I used to teach an Ateneo before, I always tell the students that when you graduate, you will only use 30% of your knowledge. Sabi nila, 30% lang? Yes. Sabi ko nga, nag-aaral ako ng calculus, hindi ko naman nagagamit. So bakit pa tayo mag-aaral ng 100% kung 30% lang gagamitin? Because when you get out of school, you will not know which 30% you will use. In terms of disaster preparedness, we prepare for everything because we don't know what 30% is going to hit us. And that is probably the message of the Secretary of the DOST. What he's saying is, we've been saying this all along, disaster preparedness, it's not about being ready physically. It's not about logistics. We have to see disaster as a science. We have to see disaster as a science and a solution as a science. And that's why we have loads of technology right now that we can actually use. Sabi nga ni Mayor Alfred, I wish this was here 10 years ago. Okay, now it's here. It's time for us to actually approach disaster as a science and solution as a science. I wish we can eliminate disasters, but we can only do reduction. That's why it's called disaster reduction, risk reduction, hindi disaster risk elimination. I wish we can call ourselves DRE, but for now it's DRR. And for that, the province of Leyte, and I'm quite sure all the mayors, are in support of this project of the DOST. You can be assured that we will actually look at the various technologies and help promote disaster risk reduction in this country, not only in this province. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor Pitilla. At this juncture, may we call on House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez to introduce our guest of honor and keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you for your kind introduction. Speaker Martin Romualdez, please take your seat. Our Interior and Local Government Secretary, Ben Abalos, DOST Secretary, Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., Province of Leyte, Governor Carlos Jericho Pitilla, Tacloban City, Mayor Alfred Romualdez, my fellow workers in government, Secretary Anton Lagdameo, other distinguished guests, our other governors who are also here today, and the congressmen who have joined us today, good afternoon. Today we launched the Visayas leg of Handa Pilipinas to showcase the various disaster risk reduction and management initiatives of the government. This is done in collaboration with many stakeholders and partners since Super Typhoon Yolanda struck the country. And beyond that, also I see some technologies that have been developed during the COVID pandemic that hit the whole world in the recent years. But putting our experience at the heart of this event reminds us of the calamity that brought unimaginable destruction to the Visayas, to the Philippines. It serves as a poignant reminder of the power of nature and our vulnerability to that power. More importantly, it underscores the importance of disaster risk reduction and management in the Philippines. The Filipino spirit is incredible. It has been demonstrated during and in the aftermath of Yolanda and of COVID. Our ability to come together, to support one another, to rebuild during such adversity is always an inspiration. We therefore owe it to ourselves and to the future to learn from this experience and make sure that such devastation will be mitigated or somehow prevented, because we are now better prepared and we are now better adapted to the vagaries of very severe weather events. The government remains committed to advancing our country's disaster resilience, and of course we must recognize the role of the Department of Science and Technology in this undertaking. The DOST has been instrumental in developing cutting-edge technologies for disaster risk prevention, the mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. I am confident that the technologies featured in this event, such as the mobile command post, the triaging trailer tent, the collapsible toilet bowl, upgraded emergency disinfection system, fire blankets, unsinkable portaboat, and water ambulance, amongst others, will be of great help during relief and rescue operations. The emergency food reserve as well, as the complementary food and food products are also good additions to our survival kits during calamities. So let us also remember that collaboration amongst governments, agencies, local governments, and the private sector and communities is the key to effective and successful disaster risk reduction and management. I was just having a quick discussion with Secretary Solidum, and that we were talking about this is the product of some very important research and development. And however, as the mayor has pointed out and the governor has pointed out, well, first of all, we wish we had all of this 10 years ago when after Yolanda struck. But now we have them here. And kung titignan natin ang mga teknolohiya na dala ng DOST ngayon na develop ng ating mga scientifico, ay talagang bagay na bagay para sa LGU. They are in a small scale, and they are directed for up to I can see some of this hanggang barangay health kit, pwede yan ipasok. Kaya sa akin ang sinasabi ko kay Secretary Solidum, ay sinasabi ko sa kanya, dapat magpatulong tayo sa private sector dahil madali namang ipaliwanag na may ready market ang LGU, may ready market ang lahat ng mga produktong ito para sa ating mga LGU. Kaya kailangan pagpatuloy natin ang pagdevelop, hindi na yung teknolohiya, kung hindi ang pagpababa ng presyo ng ating mga produkto at pagparami para maging available sa lahat ng ating mga LGU para naman magamit pantulong sa tao kapag may pangangailangan. So, I implore everyone to maximize the use of these technologies to fast-track the widespread adoption and commercialization. Let us also promote public awareness so that every citizen becomes more proactive, better informed, better equipped in times of an emergency. Let us ensure that science and innovation continues to guide us in our endeavors. These are crucial to addressing the challenges in disaster risk reduction and staying ahead of the curve in disaster management. The world is rapidly changing. It is imperative that our ways and our strategies adapt and improve as well. So, my fellow Filipinos, let us remember the lessons of the past, not with despair, but with the determination to learn and to change for the better, to be better prepared, to be better able to help our people. Let us unite and channel all our energies into building a safer, stronger, more resilient Philippines for ourselves and for future generations. Sa bagong Pilipinas na ating isinusulong, ang bawat Pilipino ay laging handa sa pagharap sa mga hamon ng buhay at sa pagtulong sa iba pang mga nangangailangan. Maraming salamat sa inyo at mabuhay po tayong lahat. Congratulations dito sa ating magandang naging teknolohiya na ibibigay sa ating mga LG. Maraming salamat at magandang tanghali po sa inyo.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to grant us a photo opportunity. May we invite on stage the 2023 Handa Pilipinas speakers and DOST central officials. May we request the DOST regional and provincial officials to please prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, may we invite on stage the regional and provincial officials of the DOST. May we request the local chief executives to please stand by. Thank you. Please exit to your right. And now, may we request the local chief executives from Eastern Visayas to please proceed to the stage. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Finally, may we request the President to grant a group photo opportunity with all of our guests. At the count of 3, Mr. President. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes our program for the opening ceremonies of the 2023 Handa Pilipinas Visayas Leg. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. May we request everyone to please remain in your places until the President has left the venue. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.